Welcome to Smash Writing. I am your host, Paul. We are back with another movie talk. Uh, so let's talk about some of the stuff that's been going on over the entertainment over the last couple of weeks. First, let's start off with some good news, and that is Chris Evans had a low-key marriage, and he ended up getting married. I know all you desperate housewives are now so sad because you thought you had a chance with Captain America, and now you don't. Sucks to be you guys, but anyway. And it's cool that it's a low key. You don't see a lot of celebrities have kind of like a low key marriage because obviously they're in a public eye. So it's nice that they did get married, and the best marriages seems like in Hollywood are the ones that you just don't know that they happen. So, but congrats to them. We also got an update. I don't even want to say this is an update. Maybe you guys are, but I did not know that they were doing another Goosebumps series. It's going to be a 10 episode, starting October 13th. I think 5 of the 10 episodes are going to be released. I didn't even know this is starring Justin Long. Way to ruin the plot, because Justin Long is going to get completely screwed. Even if this is a Disney Plus series, he's going to get screwed. He's going to die somehow, just in more of a PG format. Guess I don't know, but as a Goosebumps fan, it's on my lower bookshelf. Oh yeah, right down there, right there. There we go. I'm a big Goosebumps fan. I to this day I'll still turn it on Netflix and just watch the series over. It's just now that I'm a father, I'm going to have my daughter watch them too. I kind of hope they stick to like just doing a book per episode. I don't know what their game plan really is. I hope it's not like the movies, to where they just throw all the characters in. It just wasn't Goosebumps. I know the first film did like really well, but the second one was just crap. I thought the first one was crap too, in the sense of it killed the idea that you have literally a series or a freaking ton of movies. But no, they were just like, no, let's just do it this way. So another crazy thing is, there's a teaser trailer for a movie called Thanksgiving. It's Eli Roth's Thanksgiving. Now, I think this started like way back in the day as a joke film. And then Eli Roth is definitely somebody that is a big horror person. If you haven't heard of him, look him up. Look at his films, and you'll be like, "What the hell?" I think the last one I saw of him was Inferno a while back. Maybe I seen another one, but Inferno was just really fucked up. And so, yeah. Look him up. So this film kind of looked, I mean, like I said, it was really a teaser trailer. It was really nothing revealing. So, am I going to give it a chance? I didn't put it on my top films of 2023, but then again, hey, with 2024 being in a writer's strike, most likely, the things that we're going to end up watching and reviewing throughout this year and probably partial of next year, it is what it is. It is probably going to be a fucked up movie, but I will wait for more of a trailer to come out. We also got a date for Monarch, Legacy of Monsters, in the Godzilla universe. I think it's like in December that it's coming out on Apple Plus TV. So good for Apple Plus for like getting a franchise to have people invest in Apple Plus TV. That's like the one streaming service that I don't have, but I'm going to get so I can watch this series. I really don't know much about that, but when I heard about it with, the next Godzilla and King Kong movie combined, and so forth. It makes it a general interest to check it out. So hopefully it will live up. And I mean, obviously, this is a big investment for Apple, so we will find out. So we also get a first look, set photos of Winnie the Pooh 2. And one of the photos is Tigger. So many of you guys don't understand how copyrights work. So I'll give you a briefing, like kind of like a summary, keynotes. Copyrights are, when they get sold into like a company or whatever, the company can only keep them for like 100 years. Okay. Problem is, once the characters enter public domain, you, I, Justin, Anthony, my daughter, we can all make several movies at once, and we can't, my movie, your movie, this movie. So the crazy thing is, the characters of Winnie the Pooh, what many people forgot is that the reason why I couldn't use Eeyore, Tigger, Al, or whatever, is because they all came later in the public domain, to where they I think it was like 1922 when Winnie the Pooh and Tigger came, Winnie the Pooh and Piglet, and then like Eeyore and Tigger came in like the second book or third book that came in like 1925, 1927. So when this movie all adds up, you can't stop them. Winnie the Pooh got horrible reviews, and for a low budget, I thought it was actually pretty good if they would have probably waited. So I'm real pumped about the sequel, and if you're a Disney horror fan, I think you should too. You're probably want to get the same type of graphics per se, but the writing could be better because now the budget's bigger because it did make a profit. So we shall see. So, boom, let's check off these lists. So now news broke of the Crow reboot. And it's crazy because the Crow reboot has been literally talked about for so freaking long that you're just kind of like sick and tired of hearing about it. But they actually have kind of like more thing going. And let's see here. Remake, here we go. Crow 2024. I still think any films that are labeling 2024 because of the writer's strike is not going to happen, guys. So I think we should really just kind of calm down. But the film is going to end up starring Bill Skarsgård, which, if you don't know who he is, oh no. Let me make sure of this. Okay, because I know he has brothers. But he was Pennywise of the It, so making him the Crow. And I think the director also said that this film's gonna blow your mind away and could lead to a bigger franchise. No crossovers, right? I mean, everything can't be a fucking crossover. So can we stop that? It's nice every once in a while, but I don't. It's like apples and oranges doogieing it out. You just gotta see it. No, you don't. But it says it's going to blow our mind. Looking over at the box office, The Nun 2 worldwide over the weekend made $88 million, which was higher than expected. This kind of caught me off guard. I got to be honest with you. I watched the first one. I thought the first one was all right. I mean, it was there. They took a 5-second character in The Conjuring 2 and try to blow it up into a movie. You can tell it was a one-off film. So then it blew my mind that they made a part 2. Now, I haven't seen it yet. I do plan on watching it and probably reviewing it when the time is right. But I don't think this film was needed. So it is kind of a shocker that it took #1 at the box office and made $88 million worldwide. I haven't even seen the reviews. I'm just not a big fan of it because the movie kind of summed it up, and then you're like, oh, here's the original, the origin of the nun. You're advertising it that way, and then the timeline is after the first film. It's not an origin film, then, you goofballs, but the bigger goofballs was the ones that spent their money to go see it. No offense. But took #1, so I guess, good for you. I guess they want to be like the Annabelle series, which, in theory, Annabelle got better, but you were just done with it because you're just like, they took the freaking doll character and made it into a trilogy. Stop, please. Last story of the evening that kind of broke, well, not broke, we all knew it was coming, was this is for all the WWE fans. And last night, Monday Night Raw, was the final Raw of the Vince McMahon or McMahon family ownership of WWE. This is a little bit crazy because I want to think back on the legacy that he had. And it sucks because for as much as he brought to the wrestling world, he also hurt it probably in his later years more than anything. He did bring WWE to a whole new level with introductions of The Rock, John Cena, The Undertaker, Kane, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Triple H, making the CM Punk a bigger name. All these stars that came by, but then his legacy is also surrounded by scandals. The steroids. During this whole steroid era of sports period, of course wrestling wasn't going to be no different. Then you had his scandals of his extra assaults, sexual assaults type of things and so forth that kind of showed you Vince McMahon, the person. And you kind of got that feel for some of his stuff that he was doing in the early 2000s before they jumped to the cartoon-friendly version. I'm all for the PG era, but some of that stuff got G, and it was just too annoying. And you learn of his hypocrisy because, you look at some of the women that had to wrestle in thongs and all that. Think of it today's standard, they're wrestling with their boobs basically hanging out, and they know that they can make money off their appearances while they're working hard at it, being in ring shape and all that. But they're not allowed to go through OnlyFans or all that, like the Mandy Rose situation, where now she's making more doing that than being a wrestler. I think his exclusiveness of how he did the contracts, I think was total bull. I get it, back in the day when wrestling was just wrestling, he could probably get away with it. So I don't think he never grew at times. He always wanted the wrong people to be in charge that followed his leadership, and I do think that's when you saw WWE get stale. Is it bitter end because people like me, we grew up knowing that McMahon was WWE and WWE is the McMahon family, but I think TKO, Total Knockout, I think it is, or Endeavor or whatever their group name is now, I don't know, but I think having a bigger company buy them, I know they deal with UFC as well. I think this could take WWE to a next level. I don't think wrestlers should worry about getting releases now. There's a budget behind it, even though that was Vince McMahon. And that's another thing, cutting wrestlers when you had the funds not to cut the wrestlers. You have superstars after superstars, and you focus only on 5 people. It gets stale. But Vince McMahon would surround himself by. I'm going to take the promo from Vince from CM Punk a long time ago. Was he surrounds himself by Glenn Handle yes men, and he really did, because you would see time and time again the product would get stale. When he had competition, it was fun. When he won the battle, you knew it was over with. And so I think we leave the McMahon legacy for WWE is he took him to new heights, but his personal issues got involved too. Thank you, Vince, for the stars, but you're a nut job. With all the stuff that you did behind the scenes and your assaults, and I'm sure you were able to bully get forced in retirement and bully your way back. I think WWE is going to be good. See you, Vince McMahon. Glad your reign is now over. But that's all the time we have for movie talk. Till next time, bye-bye.